Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. How are you doing? I am feeling absolutely beautiful today. Feeling really good vibes. So happy to be back home. So happy to be able to chill with you guys. Play some Raid Shadow Legends, right? So today, I want to talk about a champion that we haven't mentioned in a while here. We haven't talked about in a while. We did do a guide on her.
A dream come true.
I'll get the gender right this time. Guide on her when the first day that she came out, right? But somebody messaged me. I'll actually include the screenshot. Somebody tweeted at me asking for Vogoth and a curing set. I tried it. I wasn't super impressed. But then I'm like, you know what? A curing set at 40%, or excuse me, at 20%, that'd be pretty OP. 20%, 4-piece, 20% bonus heal. Curing got a buff. You guys remember a couple months ago? So now 20% bonus heal really adds up, but not on like apothecary type healers. Not on single target heals. When we think heal, at least when I think like these single target healers, not champions like Scylla Drace, like Vrask, like Rector Drath, who have that really, really great AoE heal ability. And that's exactly what Rector Drath has on her passive. Whenever an ally under Veil or Perfect Veil gets a turn, heals them by 10% of their max HP. Now that 20% healing bonus will be applied after that. So don't worry, you might be looking at that and saying, well, what about the 20%? That comes on after the 10% of their max HP. Also increases their resistance to allies under Veil and Perfect Veil by 50, right? So her A2 has that Perfect Veil. Now heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP plus the 20% bonus as well. After healing, plays a Perfect Veil for 2 turns on allies with full HP, then a continuous heal buff for 1 turn on allies with less than 100% HP. So a Perfect Veil for everybody if everybody's at full HP. Now, Perfect Veil is amazing not only because it causes them not to be targeted, your weaker allies, but also a Perfect Veil is going to mitigate all AoE damage by an additional 15%. So 15% less AoE damage, and then a 20% boost on the 20% heal, continuous heal if they're not 100%, and then more heals off of the passive. So Rector Drath is a healing machine. She puts up the biggest heals I have seen right there with Skytouch Shaman and Vrask. In my experience, because I have all 3 champions, Rector Drath actually can out-heal both of them, especially in a curing set, but you could say that about all 3 champions, could you? Suffice it to say, guys, I think that curing, if you just want a lot of heals, you want your team to be fully healed all the time, having difficulty keeping your team alive, Rector Drath and curing is beautiful because her A3 is revives a single ally. Very, very powerful 4-turn single target revival. Plays a Perfect Veil on them for 3 turns with 60% HP and turn meter as well. So incredibly good champion here. Rector Drath is great in the arena, great in Doom Tower, great pretty much, speaking of Doom Tower, resists in Doom Tower battles by 55 on the passive, and decrease attack on her A1.
You need help.
We really went backwards here when reviewing her kit today, didn't we? We're in a weird mood today, guys. There's so many ways you can build this champion. Let's take a quick look at the Masteries. I have her today in a high resist, kind of a lowish accuracy build. I'm not going to be depending on her to apply her decreased attack off her A1 on all the teams that I'm going to be running her in. I have other decreased attack champions. However, again, this is a decision that you guys have to make. That's why you should never just carbon copy anything from the internet onto any of her champions, right? I have her in a high resist build as well, and it's easy as swapping out one artifact, right? Your banner, instead of resist, go with accuracy, as in compared to what I'm going to show you guys today, right? So I love her with a high resist build. For that reason, our tier 6 is going to be unshakable. Why do I love Rector Drath and high resist? One, for the arena, you can put her on high resist arena teams. You can put her on very difficult to deal with arena teams. She's not going to be messed with, right? You're not going to, and this applies to everywhere, not just for the arena, but a Force Affinity Reviver, who's one of the best healers in the game that you cannot land a lot of debuffs on, is an extremely valuable tool. Again, you don't want your reviver to be crowd controlled, to be stunned, to be anything really. Fear, true fear, I can name them all for you. You don't want her to be messed with, as I said earlier. That's the best way to put it. Messed with. Don't mess with Rector Drath, because you need her there to heal your team. She can't lose turns, right? So you need her there to heal your team and to revive anybody who happens to be dead. So for that reason, I love building her in high resist. We also went with the healing, lay on hands, healing savior. We went down to lasting gifts as well. Get an extension on the perfect veils and on the continuous heal as well. All right, so that is the masteries here, guys. As I said, a little low on the accuracy on this build. 162 total accuracy. We do have have her with high crit rate. Hey, for what it's worth, she does have a 4 multiplier on her A1 that is based off of attack. So, you know, not the worst thing in the world. However, we don't have War Master on her either, so she's not going to be a damage dealing machine by any stretch of the imagination. Now, HP is good because one of her heals is based off of her max HP, right? So having some HP is great. Some defense, I usually, for the end game, I try to put my support champions at 2,500 minimum. So if you're, you know, working on Doom Tower hard, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, 2,500 is really that barrier that I try to get above on all of my support champions. On Clan Boss, even my damage dealers. So speed, other than that, it's just going to be all about speed and HP really with this champion. Don't have to worry so much about crit rate, crit damage. Resistance is nice if you want to go that route and decrease attack for that.
Do you need some help? Would you like some punch or maybe a cookie?
Or increase accuracy or more accuracy for the decreased attack is going to be helpful as well. Still getting my sea legs under me here, guys. New to the YouTube channel, took a few days off and I can't even speak. Well, he could never speak. This guy could never speak. Here we go, guys. So I have a curing set on her now. Why do I have so much crit rate on her is the question, right? Otherwise, we want speed, speed, speed is the name of the game with any healer, really, right? Any reviver, especially healers. Healers and cleansers, I want them fast. Relentless Gear is great for those champions as well. Anyway, curing, I only had like 10 curing artifacts, right? They all were pretty good, but they didn't necessarily fit to what I was looking for. A lot of crit rate. Now, heals can be critical, so there's that at least. We have a triple crit rate roll on the helmet. Again, not the stats that I necessarily was looking for, and a double roll on the shield. We did get a double roll on speed, get 20 speed plus the, or 17 plus the glyph on the shield. We have HP percentage on the gauntlets, and then we have resistance, as I mentioned, on the chest and on the banner as well. And then we have speed on the boots here on Rector Drath, HP on the ring, and HP on the amulet as well. Of course, we could stand to get some more accuracy. We probably could just find some better or farm some better curing gear, get that accuracy up to 250, and then we'd be looking a lot better than 162 where we are right now. But again here, guys, I love a resist build. Let's go ahead, and what I want to do, guys, is not just show you Rector Drath and curing gear. I want to show you Rector Drath and curing gear, and then I'm not sure if I'll record it. I'm not going to make you guys watch the same thing twice, but then after that, I think it would be fun to try her without curing gear, put like all perception on her, or like or maybe more speed, just put her all in speed gear. Compare those numbers in terms of overall healing and overall time, so you guys can get an indication of, is it valuable to put her in curing gear, right? So that's going to be the goal. She can be used almost against any single boss, guys. It's really incredible. You can use her against, I wrote them all down here, Magma Dragon, Nether Spider, Frost Spider, Scarab King, Eternal Dragon, Bauble Dreadhorn. She's really, really good in against every single one of those bosses. She's decent against Dark Fae as well, guys. You can use her in Ice Golem and Dragon, Fire Knight. I mean, really, she's one of the champions that you can truly use anywhere in this game. Anywhere. Arena. And that's Clan Boss, Faction Wars, you name it.
That is enough.
So that's why I love this champion so much. I really do feel like Rector Drath is one of the better epics in the game. It's hard to say if she's top 5, top 10, but I want to say she's in that ballpark. Like, there's no better support champion, or at least not many that I can think of. You know, like Ursula the Mourner's great, but she's a reviver and she brings other stuff to the table. Increase, decrease attack. But Rector Drath, in terms of the heals that she puts out, it's insane. So we're against Scarab King right now on hard. I think this duo might be able to tackle even the highest level Scarab King, just Uros, the Soul Cage, and Rector Drath. But really, I just want to kind of run them together. I know most of you probably don't have Uros. That's totally cool, but I wanted to show you how they can just duo any level, basically, of the Scarab King, right? And I don't want to be here for 45 minutes. That's why I didn't go after the top boss. But you'll see here that even if Uros was to die, Rector Drath is not going to die. She's going to stay alive, and she'll just revive him, right? And Uros, the Soul Cage, by the way, is in regen gear, so he's going to have a ton of healing himself. I'm going to come back at you guys when we get to the Scarab King. Be right back. All right, guys, so here we are against the Scarab King. We're chipping away with the poisons here, and you can see, man, perfect veil on Uros' Soul Cage. We're getting so many lasting gift procs, by the way, on the continuous heals, getting that 30% chance to get extended another round. Same thing with the perfect veil. It almost seems like, Clarion, if you're listening in, close your ears, please.
Oh, Have I got your attention now?
By the way, this will be the only kind of unrelatable team that we deal with in today's video, don't worry. I got some better teams prepared for you guys. I just wanted to kind of show you her just be the main support against a Doom Tower hard boss. But I almost feel like Perfect Veil should also not be affected by lasting gifts. It's almost like, I don't know. Let's not change anything, right? I'm cool with it being the way it is. But it does seem like a very, very powerful buff to be given, right? Anyway, here, I'm not gonna make you guys watch the entire battle. I just wanted to show you there's gonna be just an immense amount of total healing going on and the resisting going on as well. So we have that continuous heal, did get that 30% chance to get extended as well. So off the A2, we're getting a bunch of healing. We're getting healing off the passive. It's, like I said, it's Heal City right now in today's video. All right, I'm gonna come back at you guys, back with you guys, excuse me, at the end of this battle, so we can take a look at the total healing, and then we'll do that comparison. We'll actually take a quick arena battle or two, and then we'll do the comparison of Rector Drath with curing and without curing. Be right back. All right, so she put out 1.4 million in healing here. Uros in the regen set, like I said, is going to put out tons of healing on his own as well, so you love to see that. Let's go ahead and let's show you a real battle now. Actually, let's go to the tippity top of Doom Tower. Let's stop messing around here. Well, I could show you Frost Spider, but I have a team all ready for Magma Dragon, right? So I have War Chief on the team. He's the only legendary. His only job is to put Provoke. So you just need a really solid provoker in that spot if you don't have War Chief. Other than that, Ursula, her only job is to revive the provoker if they die. I don't think I need Ursula at all on this team, to be quite honest with you guys. I just chose an epic who had a good speed aura for Doom Tower. The rest of the team here, we have Vogoth, we have Rector Drath, and then we have Koltar, like, as our damage dealer on this squad. Very, very fun. This is floor 110 of Doom Tower hard. So this is the most difficult Magma Dragon that you guys can face inside the game, and you're gonna see again, I mean, we're starting this battle off with everybody under Perfect Veil. Automatic 15% damage mitigation, and look at this healing. 10k, well, it's gonna depend, right, on who's getting healed, right? But 10k heal on Vogoth almost, and you can kind of see how much HP everybody has just based off of how much they're getting healed off of that passive. Now, the one bad side at Rector Drath as we approach the Magma Dragon is she is the furthest thing from a speed farmer, man. You put her on any of your teams because of these heals. She takes so long, the animations, man. Plarium, if you're listening, take those earplugs out of your ears from when we're talking about Perfect Veil not being, talking about nothing, talking about nothing. Plarium, if you're listening, maybe get rid of the humping mutation passive effect in between every single heal, because it really slows down a battle, man. Time, we want our time back, Plarium. And our money while you're at it. But anyway, guys, I'll come to you when we get to the Magma Dragon. Be right back. All right, guys, so here we are at the Magma Dragon. A team like this, it just works so effectively. This should really be, at least in my eyes, this is the easiest Doom Tower boss, right? This is the antithesis, the opposite of Balmo the Dreadhorn, who I think is by far the most difficult. What about you guys? You agree with me on both of those or no? But Magma Dragon, he's pretty easy because all you need is a solid provoker. If you don't have a solid provoker, put 2 provokers on your team, right? Just make sure that they're not landing provoke at the same exact time. But you need to keep the dragon provoked, and that's why War Chief is so instrumental to this team as that one job utility, right? He has got one job, and he does it well. But Rector Drath is going to keep everybody healed up, and guess what? As we said, if War Chief dies, we're just going to go ahead and pick him right back up, but he might not even die because of the OP heals on this team. What about Vogoth? What about Vogoth, Ash? Is he going to have OP heals? He will have really good heals, just nothing compared to Rector Drath, man. Rector Drath's got it going on, right, in terms of the healage, and it just really adds up. And I like the curing. I like the curing set now. Because, you know, you look at this with almost all of the sets that they buffed, right? Whether it's, I mean, they said they buffed like almost every bad set. I'm not saying there's still a lot of crappy sets out there. In curing, I would say it's niche. I would not put curing on the apothecaries, as I said at the top of the video. Not the single target heals, not the steel skulls, not the Irogrims. But you're putting it on these champions who have these really, really strong AoE passives, or in this case, a passive that affects everybody, just not at the same time. It's really just gonna add up insanely, and I would definitely consider putting a curing set on Vrask now. 20% bonus heal, plus all the healing masteries, healing savior and whatnot, you're going to be looking so good, guys. So this team, again, I mean, it's not the fastest team, but this is the most difficult Magma Dragon, right? This is, and again, floor 110. So of course it's going to take a while. He has 1 billion HP, but it doesn't matter. If somebody dies, not the end of the world. We have 2 revivers on the team. So Coldheart died. Let's see what happens here. Coldheart dies. We got the provoke landed. And there we... Okay. See, I get confused. Oh, she did go in with her A2 instead of the revival. I guess she wanted Ursula the Mourner to be able to handle the revival. She's too busy healing everybody, man. Some low HP. I like that they... Sometimes the UI is smart on that. Sometimes, or the AI, excuse me, sometimes the AI is smart on that, sometimes not so much. Sometimes they do the ability that you really don't want them to do, right? So we're almost done with the dragon here, but I do want to run it again without the curing set. So what I'm going to do is come back to you guys at the end of this battle, and then I will run it back again without the curing set in triple speed set, and then we'll compare the numbers, and then we'll take her for a quick run in the arena. I'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. 1.5 million in heals. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 1.5 million from Rector Drath. Now I'm going to build her to be super fast, triple speed set. We're going to try her out here again, and we're going to see what the difference in healing is with and without the curing set as compared to just building her faster in speed gear. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we did it again, and halfway through this whole shenanigans, I wasted my time, not yours, right? The thought occurred to me, well, Ash, isn't it just going to be 20% extra heal in the same amount of time, pretty much, to do it? Yes, that's exactly what happened. 1.2 million in healing when you take off the curing gear and just put a bunch of speed gear. Really, almost 30k or 300,000, excuse me, less heals almost. So let's go ahead and mess around the arena, guys. All right, guys. So here in Classic Arena, she really works on any sort of arena team. She's great because she's Force Affinity 2. A lot of people, most people, whether you're in the beginning where people are running Elhain and Kale as nukers, or in the end game where people are running a lot of Trunda, Biggin, Ray as nukers, they're all magic affinity. So having a Force Affinity Reviver on your team is going to be incredibly important for the Go Second team, or just like overall utility for Rector Drath is great inside the arena. You see her in Platinum tier arena as well. So one of the few epics that you actually see in Plat. This is a Go Second team that I made today. I have Seeker in the lead. He has defense in arena battles by 30%. I have Magnar. He's an HP-based nuker, which is great to have. On a Go Second team, having a really robust nuker that is HP or defense-based is going to help you out a lot as well. And we have Rector Drath, and then we have a shield champion. In this case, is Mountain King because he's he has my best shield gear on him, but he's not going to be really important for much other than just the shield. He has like 110. Oh, let me just show you guys. He has 120k HP with a big juicy shield on him. That's all you really care about, right? And then, so the shield's going to help make sure we don't die just in case. Well, we know they're going to be going first. And I am scared to death of this girl right here. I'm scared to death of Gala Longbraids. I've told this story before. This is kind of an easy team, by the way, but we'll go through a couple teams here. And this is not, I should say also, Swift Parry is going to be the best artifact set to put your Rector Drath in the arena only, if you guys are lucky enough to have it, okay? So this is like set aside the curing set build, even though she's right now in that curing set. Again, I put her back to the gear she was in. She's better off. I should have probably just left her in the speed gear, honestly. High resist is totally cool. You can put her in resist gear. You can put her in defensive gear, make her really tanky, or you can just build her with Swift Parry. So for the arena, I would say curing gear, not the best, not going to hurt you, but much better against bosses. I'm just showing you this arena content because I love her in the arena as well, right? And it is a Rector Drath video. So these are going to take longer, these fights, right? Partially because Rector Drath is going to be pausing 3 seconds to heal everybody, right? And partially because it's a Go Second team. We're a more defensive oriented team here. So let's go against a little bit more of a challenging speed team here. This is more like it. Cardiel, Ninja, Duchess, and Lord Shazar. So we know they're going to go first. That's why we need that shield. So anybody with a lot of HP, just build them with a shield, and that can be your go-to. We have to be able to take a punch here, and that's what you're seeing starting out on this battle. Now that we have Perk Veil on all allies, we'll get, again, that extra 15% damage mitigation from AoE attacks. That's going to make sure that we're basically staying alive this entire battle. This is a good arena defense team as well, because, let's face it, if we're speed farming, you know, our Great Halls, this is not the type of team you really want to be making, is it, guys? Because it's going to take a while, but it can also frustrate your opponent. And, you know, even if someone dies, like this happened there, we can pick them right back up with the A3 of Rector Drath. So this team is just hard to kill, right? It's annoying, very difficult to kill. There it goes. Seeker's right back up. He's got his, his Perfect Veil on immediately for 3 turns, got extended. Or actually, that was just part of the A3. It's a 3-turn Perfect Veil. So here, we're getting a little bit low, Are we going to be able to win this one? I hope we do. All right, let's see. He dies. She dies.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Sorry. Okay, we got one of them down. 2 of them down. 2 of them up. We need to focus on the right champion here, team. There we go, Magnar. There you go, buddy. The crazy thing is, I think we still might have this, because this team is so good. Let's go in. Boom. Okay, there we go. Just going to put a shield on herself on that counterattack. That sucks. Let's go in with the... Ooh-wee. All right, so speed... That was actually really good that he stayed alive there. Let's go in here again. And, ooh, man, she was just hanging on to life there, right? All right, I always think excessive pounding, but hey, we win. It wasn't very pretty, though, was it, guys? It wasn't very pretty. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I don't cut arena matches here on the channel. Just give you what happens, right? We won, and that's all that really matters. Try to get one more, like, kind of more difficult team here before we end the video. Here we go. Biggin comes down. Okay. I mean, that was it? That's all you had for us, Biggin? That's all you got, man? It's so nice to have that Perfect Veil there as well, right? Because we, even if you put on the same team, if you're lucky enough to have Duchess, good synergy there, like on a really robust arena defense team. 2 Revivers, 2 Veil, 2 Perfect Veil champions on your team. It's going to be very hard to kill anybody because all those heals constantly popping off. Great kind of arena defense strategy for you guys to consider out there. So again, really Magnar just putting in work here, being our main damage dealer, and the rest of the team's just kind of chilling there. Everybody has their role, but it's a fun team to experiment with, especially for tag team arena as well. I would say arena defense and tag team, right? You need sometimes that third team that's a little bit outside the box, maybe 2 teams that are a little bit outside the box because you only have, you know, so much good speed gear for your champions, right? So consider a team like this if you're lucky enough to have Rector Drath. Put her on a team and just, you know, put Seeker in the lead. He's got that nice passive, increased defense on allies, 5-turn cooldown, but still a nice passive to have. And you'll be looking really, really good. So guys, we're going to go ahead and end the video there. Let me know if there's any other interesting or unique builds you'd like to see me try out here on the channel. Always open to your suggestions. Hopefully you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Rector Drath is one of my favorite champions, really, in the game. She's really grown on me a lot since release, and I think that anybody who has her ought to be consider themselves incredibly lucky. So guys, gonna drop it there. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.